TSN proudly presents coverage of the 2003 World Figure Skating Championships. We're just down the road from that place, the White House here in Washington, D.C., and we welcome you inside the MCI Center. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Randorf, and the show is going on here in the U.S. Capitol. Despite what's going on in Iraq, over 200 athletes from 40 different countries are here to compete. And as if this event doesn't already have enough hanging over its head, today, breaking news that could possibly bring sweeping change to the entire sport. A new group calling itself the World Skating Federation has announced its intention to attempt to take over as the sport's world governing body. And this would thereby oust Ottavio Cinquanta and the International Skating Union and hopefully take away all the judging controversies that have robbed figure skating of almost all of its credibility. They held a press conference today at a downtown hotel in Washington. A lot of big names were there, some judges, coaches, former skaters, all supporting the WSF, and all of them taking direct attack at the current governing body, the ISU.
We have watched and waited for the ISU to take the necessary steps to cleanse the sport of corruption. We have seen nothing but token gestures and an ISU focused on pitching the world an expensive experimental project that solves none of the systemic issues that keep our sport mired in a sea of politics and behind-the-scenes deal-making.
The obvious objective is to attain IOC recognition, but in order to do that, we realize that we have to build the foundation, and we've already created a constitution. We'll have rules. We want to talk to the members out there, start to receive endorsements.
The worst thing that can come out of this is that we've shown a spotlight. We've lit up an area that really needs to be seen, and how bad it is. You know, it's just bad. So the worst thing that can happen is they'll clean it up. They have to respond.
This group has said enough of the talk, it's time for action, and here are just some of the things that they are proposing. Zero tolerance for corruption. This is amongst judges. If judges are caught cheating, no temporary bans, they are gone. They want to form a group that is about the skaters and for the skaters, and to give the skaters a voice in the decisions that are made regarding the sport. They want to retain the old 6.0 judging scale. They feel that system has no flaws in it. The flaws lie with some of the judges using the system, and all of the judges will be represented equally throughout zones around the world, and they want to allow technical committees to improve judging capabilities. Here are some of the players involved. You saw Ron Fenning. He's the acting president. John Jackson, Sally Stapleford, longtime coach on the world scene. Dick Button needs no introduction there. John Nix, former skater, longtime coach, and you heard from Paul Wiley. And here are some of the skaters who have thrown their support behind it. And as you look at that list of names there, Kurt Browning had a great story today via videotape. He said, you know, I can't wait for the day when somebody comes up to me in the street and says, hey, wasn't that skating last night great? Instead of what he gets all the time now, which is, hey, what was up with the judging last night? Lots to talk about, including some skating today, but we'll send you up to the booth for Rod Black, Tracy Wilson, and what a day to welcome the newest member of our team, Elvis Stoico. Rod?
Yeah, we thought we'd ease Elvis into the role. Welcome to the Worlds. Welcome to figure skating, where every day brings a new story, a new adventure, and a lot of people today are endorsing the World Skating Federation. A lot of ex-skaters, now professional skaters, who seem to think this is a step in the right direction. What do you think?
I definitely think it's a step in the right direction. It's going to be a tough fight to get there. I know that back in the mid-90s, the skaters wanted to get together and put together a union, not to go against the ISU, but so that we had a voice in the way the marking system would happen, the way, because all we would get was a communique saying what the rules were for this year, and that's it. We had no voice. And now there's a chance. We need the judges and officials to help us, and that's what they're doing.
Well, Salt Lake City scandal opened everybody's eyes. This has been going on for quite some time, the controversy and all of this. Will this new federation work? Will it change anything? People still have a very sour taste in their mouth about this sport.
Well, the ISU has been trying to change it. You've all heard about the new judging system, and a lot of excellent work has gone into that new system, but unfortunately you can just feel the level of frustration at this competition and at other competitions that the ISU leadership is not handling these issues effectively and efficiently enough for the people involved with skating and the viewers at home. And And I have to say, walking around here, the feeling I get is people are just really happy and saying, finally, something's being done.
I think the big thing is stay tuned. We still have not had a reaction from the ISU itself. We have not had a reaction from Skate Canada. Now, the USFSA, the United States Figure Skating Association, says that technically it does support this new federation. Is Skate Canada involved? What happens with the rest of the world? There's so many unanswered questions. We will try to keep you on top of this story. Debbie Wilkes will have a report a little bit later on. And, of course, later tonight on TSN, we will also investigate more into the World Skating Federation, if this is a go or not. Also, Jamie Saleh and David Peltier. Perhaps their legacy is the fact that maybe something, because of Salt Lake City, very positive will happen in this sport. We have the men's qualifying round upcoming on TSN's. Two pools. Pool B, Pool A. Here are the skaters that we'll concentrate on. First of all, Ilya Klimkin, Sergey Davydov, Michael Weiss, Takeshi Honda, Min Zhang, Ryan Yongki of the United States, and then in the second pool, still to come, the Canadians, Emmanuel Sandhu and Jeff Buttle. On the ice, one of the most flamboyant skaters in the world. Please welcome Ilya Klimkin, former world junior champion. Second at the Russian Nationals, here is Ilya Klimkin, his qualifier at the Worlds.
Everything about this skater is original. Don't take your eyes off him or you'll miss something. Skating to Sonny Boy, and this is his first World Championships. Opening with his triple axel. Beautiful triple axel, triple toe.
Technically perfect.
First skater to ever land 2 quads in competition. He's got one coming up here, quad toe.
Oh, totally over-rotated on the upper body. Didn't get a chance to pick in. He usually has a light takeoff, but they're over-rotating with the body, not able to get over the left toe to get into the air.
He's kind of thinking through this program. Planning a triple flip. And he changed it.
Oh, went for the quad toe, tried to pop it back in there. Good try. Still, again, doesn't seem to be over his left toe to gain total lift on the jump.
And in a quad, it has to be perfect.
It's got to be perfect to get up in the air to spin 4 revolutions, definitely.
That's what is so effective about Ilya's choreography. Out of a spin, into a triple jump.
Elvis, he has a lot of cool stuff. He does a lot of neat things on the blade. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the way Gary Beacom used to skate.
Very avant-garde, has a different approach to his skating style. Takes his time, finishes things off, not as fast as some of the other skaters, but has very interesting movements, one of the more colorful skaters in the event. A little shaky on the triple lutz.
Swung and missed twice now. There's the cantilever move.
A move we're used to seeing in the ice shows. And what I like about this, prepares and steps right into a triple loop.
Very nice, very difficult.
Might he try to throw another quad in?
I don't think he needs it at this point doing the axle toe. If he throws a quad in, it might throw off the program completely. The trick now is just to do the easier triples in the program and stay consistent. Right there with a nice triple flip.
Adding a triple flip, triple toe at the end of his performance.
He looked a little tired throwing it in that at the very end, but it's a good push for him here. He looks a little winded at the end of the program here. He looked a little tense, not as fast, not as free as he has been in practice.
By virtue of a random draw, he is skating early in the day, and that's tough. It's a tough time to perform.
It's a very tough time to perform, especially doing the harder quadruple jumps, the triples, and having that extra excitement in your skating.
Now he has to watch and see what the rest of his pool does, because now that shaky start for Klimkin will set him back for the short program, which we'll have later tonight on TSN.
Well, in his first World Championships, he's come here hoping to crack the top 6, and he said that that was an ambitious goal, but, you know, anything can happen, and particularly if you're able to nail your quads. He did win his first major Grand Prix event this year at NHK, landing quads in the short and long. He is capable, but very difficult to weave quads into a program like this, Elvis.
Well, the intricacy of the program also takes away some concentration for preparing for the bigger jumps, like the quadruple toe loop and Salchow. The axle, however, was beautifully done. No shaking. He's right over his foot. Right, there's the slip. If you see his upper body gets ahead of him, which means the lower body's a little bit too slow, and that together has to be equal. If it's not, you're not even going to get in the air, and that's exactly what happened.
Can you believe what you did to this sport? Now the guys have to throw 2 and 3 quadruple jumps in?
I'm glad I'm on this end, watching it from here. Tried the second quad, went down. Again, not getting enough power off the left leg. Seems like he was holding back a little bit.
I love this. This is wild.
We've seen it before in the ice shows, and this is when you're talking about the intricacy in the moves. Things like this steal your focus, and he's got to get up and get right back in line to do a triple jump.
Well, with the open hips and that cantilever, it makes it very difficult, because now when you do the loop, the hips have to be closed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the marks, please, for Ilya Klimkin.
Here are Ilya Klimkin's marks. Again, the ISU judging interim system. A lot of criticism this season because of the anonymity now of the judges. Will come out in ascending order. 10 judges will mark. Only 7 will be used, and the computer will determine that. 5-4 to 5-6. Pretty good marks.
Quite strong. Even though he didn't do the quad, he did do 7 triples.
So Ilya Klimkin now watches and waits at the 2003 Worlds in Washington. In the men's division at the World Figure Skating Championships.
Please welcome Sergey Davydov.
Here is Sergey Davydov from Belarus. 24-year-old. Last at the World Championships in Nagano was 24th, 29th. A good skate here, and he could be one of the most improved players of the season.
His music is from a Russian movie soundtrack. It's called Criminal St. Petersburg. He was second at the Junior World Championships in 1998, has struggled in past years. He does not have a quad, and his triple axel isn't too consistent. Here it is.
Good.
Triple axel, triple toe.
Beautiful setup. Has a great foot. His right foot always lands right underneath him. And sometimes if his body weight's a little off, he can bring that right leg underneath him, and he can stay solid.
He's got another crack at a triple axel coming up. Let's see if the second one's as good as the first. Here it is.
Beautiful. He has great speed going into those axles. He looks like he sets up for a little while, but he flies through it. Great technique.
Programs choreographed by Vladimir Kotin, who was a Russian skater in the 80s and known for his character pieces on the ice.
You can totally see his influence here in Sergey skating. Triple loop. Beautiful. He's one of those skaters, very cat-like. That right leg just shoots underneath him. Even if he's leaning inside or outside the circle, that right leg always ends up right underneath him. There again, the triple lutz. Little shaky once again. That right leg, he knows where to place it. It's right underneath him again.
So great for Davydov. He's having the skate of a lifetime in a qualifier already.
And it's amazing what a performance like this can do, Elvis, to a skater's confidence.
Oh, absolutely. In the past, I remember competing against Sergey. He's had some ups and downs. Inconsistency with the triple axel. Nice technique, but I think a lot of it has to do with being confident. And I think this performance is really going to boost that for him. Nice. Takes his time on the second side. 3-turn second side into the triple flip. Taking care to his timing.
Well, that's 7. He's almost done. Oh, here comes number 8.
And he hangs on. A little tired at the end. He squeaks it through. 8 triple jumps. No quad. But I don't think here in the qualifying it's that much of a factor. I think consistency, doing a good program, which he's doing, he's keeping his speed up.
And he's achieving a personal best.
Absolutely. And that's going to carry right through the week.
You don't have the quad, you've got to land the triples. And he landed them all.
Good for him.
8 triple jumps. Last one was a little shaky, but he was able to hang on. What a skate for Sergey Davydov of Belarus. You're watching the World Figure Skating Championships on TSN.
Ladies and gentlemen,
later tonight,
please,
profile of Wilson and McCall. Tracy has not changed at all.
The marks
You had to
for
say
technical
that.
Bringing
merit.
back some memories. And here are the marks for Sergey Davydov. Nice skate for him. 5'4" to 5'6", kind of the same range that Ilya Klimkin had.
5'4" and
His coach,
5'6".
Elena Tchaikovskaya, and that's just so nice to see a skater have their personal best at a World Championship.
The range of marks is between 5'3"
5'3" to 5'7". Again, 7 of the 10 marks are used. Davydov is happy. His coaches are
Sergey
too, and now he'll wait to
of
see where
Belarus
he will rank
currently
before the
in
short program.
second place.
And on the ice, one of the nation's heroes, Michael Weiss, United States champion.
Representing the United States, Michael Weiss.
Truly is skating at home. He lives and trains just minutes away from the MCI Center, and he'll take advantage of this audience. Skating to Malaguena. Underwent a coaching change this year. He had been training with Audrey Weisiger for 18 years and changed this year to skate with Don Laws, who used to coach Scott Hamilton.
Did not have a great skate at the U.S. Nationals, but then none of the men had a great skate.
None of them did. He came out on top, and we'll have to see how he does here.
Michael is planning 2 quads in this program, and he will open with his first in combination quad toe, triple toe.
2-footed, kind of holds back a little bit. He went for it, but 2-foot for Michael is kind of like a safety.
And it means that the judges will not give him credit for the quad.
No.
His second attempt coming up now. Same quad at the quad toe.
Again, 2-footed, a safety. Sometimes his left leg crosses a little bit further over on the right, and that toe just touches.
A 2-time world bronze medalist, a former world junior champion. Very athletic family, gymnastics, diving. For a long time, though, he was one of those competitors you were skating against, Elvis, who just was unable to deliver the quad.
He worked a lot on the quad Lutz. His Lutz is his best jump. Has removed it from the program and put in another toe. Here's the axle.
He needs this. Yes.
Nice, on then 1 foot as well.
Without the quads at the beginning of the program, Elvis, he's going to have to skate clean.
Triple loop hanging on. Now, a lot of people forget. They do the quads. The important thing is to stay consistent. A lot of guys will do the quads at the beginning and start to peter out. Do a double loop, a double flip, a double Lutz, miss the easier triples, which you can gain a lot of marks in the program. That's very key.
Triple axle turned to a double axle.
Left foot a little bit slow. Again, upper body getting a little ahead of him, not able to pull in to complete the 3 revolutions. Beautiful triple flip, one of his best jumps. Michael's attacking the program a little bit more than, say, a Klimkin did earlier, and that could be a factor here. Even though he double-footed both quads, I think by attempting both of them, doing the triple toe on the end, having this type of excitement in the program might just boost him. A nice triple south.
He's getting stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. He's getting stronger.
Very musical skater, presenting well, pulling the audience and the judges into this performance.
Nice triple Lutz. The excitement of being at home, I think, is going to be in his favor here.
He's keeping the energy pushing right through to the end, which is going to be key here.
skaters skating on them. Skated pretty well on them, too.
I think what was key, removing the quad lutz from the program will give him the consistency. I think the whole year, the problem with the consistency was the quad lutz. That's going to throw the chemistry off in your timing of the other triple jumps and the quads. I think it was a great strategy in removing the lutz, putting 2 quad toes in.
You know, the crowd here cheering on the American skaters. Such a powerful team in the women's ranks. We'll see Timothy Gable a little later. Guy right now who can land 3 quads in a program with ease, but he's kind of struggled this season. What do you think of those skates, Elvis?
Well, we were on tour last year when he got them, and they're a lot of fun. You can get up on the heel, which you can't do in regular figure skates. I didn't know how it was going to be when you're pulling in on a jump if you're going to hit it across your shin, because the back of the blade is a lot thicker. But it didn't seem to have bothered him in the jumps.
You talked about how important it was that even though he missed the first quads, that he had to go after all the triples to earn extra marks. And the other thing I liked about his performance was he went after the presentation mark. He did not forget about the performance and his audience. And so often now we find that when the skaters are having trouble with the jumps, they forget about the music and the audience and what really counts about the performance.
Quad toe, you'll see right there's the toe. Again, landing the left foot. Again, there's another toe. Now, his foot crosses way over the right one, the left one there, and it sometimes gets stuck, and it causes that double foot. Here's another close-up of it. You're going to see it's going to cross way over there. And again, the left foot way over on the side there.
And is that a result also of the fact that he's not fully around on the landing?
Yeah, the first jump was pretty good. The quad was pretty good, mostly all the way around. The triple wasn't. The second quad was better. But still, I think it's that foot crossing way over that causes that.
And one of the nicer moments was his triple axel, and here's his wife, Lisa, who also does his choreography.
He's one of the only daddies competing as well. He's a proud papa. One of the oldest competitors, and I shouldn't say old when he's only 26, but he's been out there skating for a long time. Again, 2 bronze medals from the Worlds and trying to put himself in position to make it to the podium here. A lot of people talking about Evgeny Plushenko, and it's his competition here to lose 5-3 to 5-8. Remember, Alexei Yagudin is not here at this World Championship, and some people might have conceded the gold to Yagudin, who has been best in the world the last couple of seasons.
The marks, please, for
they know there's an opening without Yagudin here.
These are great marks.
Great
Wow.
presentation. Good start. Michael Weiss. His qualifier complete
is
at the Worlds.
In first place. And please welcome Takeshi Honda.
Welcome back to the Worlds. Rod Black along with Tracy Wilson and Elvis Stoico in the booth. And a skater Elvis knows well from his days at the Mariposa Club in Barrie. Takeshi Honda, who has taken great strides up the world ladder in the last couple of years. He was 3rd at the Worlds in Nagano last spring.
Takeshi took another big step at the 4 Continents Championship, where he landed 3 quads in 1 program. Won that competition, injured his ankle, has been back on the ice for about 2 weeks, and will open with his first of 3 planned quads here. Quad toe. Yes. Triple toe.
Beautiful. A little closer to the boards. He's used to training on an Olympic-sized ice surface. So this is a little bit smaller for him, but nice timing. Nice flow from that. Next jump, quad south. Almost a little bit over-rotated on the upper body, again, a little ahead of his lower part of the body, and that causes him to fall out of the jump and not able to hold on to the landing.
key now to pull focus, get back on track.
Here comes his triple axel.
Bull hangs on. The left foot looks a little bit slow on the axle. What happens sometimes too, when doing the quads like that and doing a little bit easier triple jump, you sometimes overpower it and it can get ahead of you.
Is River Dance, choreographed by Nikolai Morozov, who choreographs for Born in Kratz and Alexei Yagudin. And building now into another quad, this time a quad toe.
There goes the upper body again, a little bit ahead, same problem like he did on the quad sow, unable to hold the landing. He seems very calculated in this program. He's thinking. Beautiful triple flip, taking his time, but what it's doing is taking away from the program a little bit. Doesn't have that vigor or energy that Weiss did. He's going through a section of footwork there. However, through his face, you can tell it's not transcending out. It's just sort of in that one little space just beyond him. It's not going out to the audience like Weiss's program did. So if you're going to compare those two, those are the differences right there. Now this is in the part of the program where it's going to be key for those triple jumps to start staying strong. Well, that's good for him.
I think he heard you.
I think he did. Good for him. The program has a nice layout, spins, footwork.
Rather Yagudin-like.
Yeah, very Yagudin-like. Looks like he came out of his shell at the end of the program there. And that's due to the fact that this is the end of the program. No more jumps to think about.
Started off with that quadruple jump in combination, but tailed off in the middle.
But you can still see, even in his face now, he's still thinking, very calculated. A lot of times after a program, you'll still stay in the same. There he comes out a little bit more. He's coming out.
Takeshi Honda of Japan.
And the fact that he was trying 3 quads, does that have everything to do with that?
That's got everything to do with it. Program's great. A lot of times it's not what you're doing, it's how you do it. And with a program that's set up nice like that, when you look at Weiss's program, very different programs, but Weiss came out of himself. He came out, he went out into the audience, where Takeshi was a little bit more focused on the jumps.
What a great, great start.
I love the trajectory of that quad, taking him right into the board.
There's the extra 15 feet that he needs to land that. There's the quad sow. Upper body, if you watch it carefully, was a little ahead. So now on the landing, the upper body pulls him around and he can't hold. Here's another look. You can see he's tilted as well. It's going to pull him out. Now watch his left shoulder. See, it pulls back? That's what's going to pull him down. Again, the same thing on this quad toe. Here we go. Watch the upper body go a little early. Watch here on the landing. It's going to pull him out. Again, he needs another 15 feet.
What he needs to do, main thing in the qualifier, is stay within the top 3 or 4, certainly. He's got to stay close to Michael Weiss. Keep in mind that it's not everything, the qualifier, but it does set you up. It's kind of a good warm-up for that short program, and really the short program is still critical.
Short program is critical for everything. Here is a good setup in the long program. Qualifying is very important. Confidence builder for the week.
There's Doug Lee and Michelle Lee.
Ladies and gentlemen, the marks please for Takeshi Honda of Japan.
What a thrill it was for Takeshi to stand on that podium in his homeland last year in Nagano, winning a bronze medal.
So for Takeshi Honda, a quad plus 4 triples.
For technical merit.
Remember, Michael Weiss did 6 triple jumps.
Technical merit,
Very
5-6
close.
to 5-8. A very, very close result here. Again, it will depend, I think, on what the computer spits out randomly.
Marks please
The
for
7 marks. Presentation 5-4 to 5-9.
Marks is
Yep.
He hopes that that 5-4 isn't being used. But he's second behind Michael Weiss in his qualification pool right now.
Is currently
So
in
Takeshi
second
Honda.
place.
And coming up, the other qualifier, the man to beat at these World Championships, Evgeny Plushenko in Washington, D.C. And on the ice, Min Zhang, one of the qualifiers in this group. Leader is Michael Weiss. Takeshi Honda is second. And a chance here for Min Zhang, a high flyer, to put his name in the running here.
He has had a sort of hot and cold season. Most recently, he finished second at the Four Continents Championship and then 6th at the Grand Prix final. But when he's on, he's formidable because of his quads. He's one of only 3 men in the world who have landed 3 quads in one performance in competition.
Opening here with a triple axel, triple toe. A little shaky on the landing of the axle, but pulls out the triple toe. One of his best jumps is the triple toe. He has a very quick twitch muscle on the left leg. When he comes off the ice, he can snap those 3 revolutions quite easily. Quadruple Salchow. Nice. A little bit forward on the landing. Nice timing. It looked like he's over his feet. Now with Min Zhang, I believe this is the most improved skater artistically. He's taken the time to work on the in-betweens, and I think he has the most natural skating ability out there. Great edges. That was supposed to be a quad triple, turned it into just a triple toe. No deduction. There's another place for it in the program.
26-year-old who trains in Beijing. Silver medalist at the Four Continents Championship. Coming off a 6th place finish at the Grand Prix final.
And Elvis, when you talk about the improvements he's made over the last few years, artistically especially, you can see he's really trying to use the music, nice soft arms. His spins, though, still not at the level of the rest of the field, fairly basic positions in his spins. And that will be the next step, completing the picture.
Absolutely, the next step, taking the spins to another level.
Here's the other attempt you were talking about. Quad toe. Yeah.
Beautiful. Now key for Min Zhang here in the program, keeping the energy going, and the rest of the triples in the program. I believe he still has a flip, a loop, and a Lutz to do. Those are key to keep him up in the top group.
He's been known to do more quads than triples in a program.
Yes. Using up a lot of energy at the beginning of the program and then slowing down at the end. The three turn. He looks a little tired. Not getting the snap off the ice, the push off the ice that he normally does. Triple loop, there it is. He's starting to get tired, you can see. As soon as you lose that snap off the ice, it's hard to complete 3 revolutions. You don't opt to do a double, your body just does the double jump because it knows from training that it's not going to make a triple revolution jump. On the takeoff again, where his legs look a little bit tired, a little delay in the air, rotations coming down late, not able to come out of the jump, and looking a little winded.
Well, we've seen better than that from Zhang. I think he needs some oxygen right now. Exhausted. Went out too hard too early.
Well, it had some great, there's some great moments in the program with the quads. Great edge work. Spins were a little below. We'll see what they give him.
And here comes a guy who can rip off quads left, right, and center. Tim Gable of the United States still ahead from the Worlds. So Zhang of China,
The marks for
first free skate. This is the qualifier. Short program later tonight, and then the big free skate later in the week. Needs to get some good marks here to stay within range of some of the top contenders.
Well, he should get some good technical marks, as he does for the quads that he did. He's also a beautiful skater. He just has effortless glide across the ice.
We'll see that in the presentation, Mark.
For presentation.
Their discrepancy, 5.2 to 5.7. The range is quite spread. I know that he's improved a lot, but it's going to take a little bit before they kind of accept that, and that's the world of figure skating.
You know about that, don't you?
A little bit.
And now on the ice, one of the American skaters who is not only happy to be here, but I think lucky to be here, Ryan Yongki. Third at the U.S. Nationals. Dream of a lifetime to be at the Worlds, his first. However, huge snowstorm in Colorado Springs almost prevented him from making his way to Washington. Finally got here.
He was 6th after the short program at the U.S. Nationals, finished 2nd in the long to earn a spot on the world team. He does not have a quad in his repertoire. His most difficult jump is his triple axel. Here it comes. Triple axel, double toe.
Very nice. Over his feet. Nice start for him at the world level.
He was 8th at the U.S. Nationals last year, did not compete on the Grand Prix circuit, so his first major international in a year and a half. He's got a planned triple coming up, very difficult. Triple flip, triple loop.
Oh, beautiful. Very difficult combination to do. Everything is off the right side, triple flip, right into the triple loop, beautifully done, and it was clean. No cheating.
There's only one other skater, Eric Milot of France, who did that in the 90s. I have never seen anybody else land that. Triple plan here, triple left,
Good for him. He hangs on a little bit slow on the second jump. His free leg got a little stuck there, but he did manage to get it through.
So without the quad, he's trying to make up marks with triple-triple combinations. But what I like most about his skating is his artistry, the way he uses his music. He has a very strong back, soft arms, kind of more of a traditional expression.
But it's a nice masculine style. Nice finished off lines. Great awareness of himself, his movement, where he is on the ice.
Second triple axel planned here.
Do a double. And at this point, I think the program is pretty solid with everything. Spins, choreography. It's got the triple-triple combos. By making a mistake, I think it would mar it. Mar the program, I think, right now is good for him just to get his feet wet under this world-level competition. Oh, beautiful triple lutz.
With the arm variation, the
Boitano style.
who incidentally is one of his favorite skaters.
Oh, excellent. Nice triple loop. What a great debut for Ryan. Coming out here, nailing the triple-triple combos, the triples and the skating that he can do. Beautiful triple style. The line, the finish, the spins, the excitement. And in his home country, I mean, what better place to do it?
Sometimes when you have nothing to lose, you can skate your heart out. Your first World Championships, Ryan Yongki did not look intimidated by the environment at all. What a skate. Ryan Yongki. What a moment for him. He's not a young'un. He's been around for a while. Just has never gotten here. Finally gets here, and he rises up at the Worlds. The marks for technical merit. That was sweet.
That's about as good as it gets. And what I liked was the way that program was constructed, the way the spins, the jumps were balanced throughout the program, and everything he did was dictated by the music.
Marks, please, for presentation.
Right here, we're going to see presentation marks go up. The 5.3, I don't understand where that's coming from, but the 5.8, 5.7, that's right on par.
And I thought that was the perfect balance between artistry and athleticism. What a fine performance by Ryan.
Yeah, happy birthday to Ryan Yongki. 25 a few days ago. And look at that. Underdog here. Third after the qualifier Group B. Group A still to come, including Emmanuel Sandu and Jeff Buttle of Canada, and also Evgeny Plushenko. Here are some of the other names of skaters who skated earlier in Washington, D.C. So we'll continue with our coverage. We'll be back in a moment to the U.S. Capitol for the 2003 World Figure Skating Championships on TSN. So here we go into the other qualification pool. The spotlight skaters, Timothy Gable, United States, Evgeny Plushenko, former world champion. Then the Canadians, Emmanuel Sandu and Jeffrey Buttle, and also Chengjiang Li of China. Michael Weiss, leader in Pool A, with Takeshi Honda second. We did not see totally clean skates. And we have not seen anybody with multiple quads in their program that were able to deliver their A game. Might we see it in this pool?
We can see it in this pool. Sometimes I've been in a situation where qualifying one group is awesome, the next group is not so good, and vice versa. We'll have to see what happens.
And so here is Timothy Gable of the United States. Always chanting to himself before he skates. A guy who can peel off quads like no one else in the world. Will he be able to do it here?
Warm-up triple lutz. Get his feet underneath him.
Here comes his first quad salchow. Oh, quad salchow triple toe. That was beautiful.
Beautiful timing. He's got great spinning and air position. Oh, stepped out of the triple axle, put his hand on the triple toe. The left foot a little bit slow on the takeoff. Once again, same factor. Having lots of energy on the quad, going back to an easier jump, overpowering it.
Tim won the bronze medal at the Olympic Games, and this is the same music that he skated to in American in Paris. He looks very comfortable with his program and this music. Suits him well. Here comes the quad toe.
Oh, just hang on. I don't know if that was totally clean on the landing. We'll have to see.
Skater who's taken a lot of criticism over the years for his lack of artistry. He's come a long way. Working with Lori Nickel, and she's starting to get his personality out. He's starting to reach out into the audience.
Tim's being smart about it too, not coming out all at once with the artistry. There's a triple axle, hanging on again. The artistry in between can sometimes throw you off technically, and he's very smart about it. Doesn't want to throw himself off in a program. Little steps is better. Keep the technical stuff under control.
But clearly, to get to the level of a Yugudin or a Plashenko, he's going to need it all, the whole package.
He's going to need the whole package.
He's done 3 quads in the same program before. Will he today?
Triple sal. I don't think he needs it here in the qualifying group. Just staying consistent, preparing himself for the rest of the week, I think is the most important strategy for Tim at this point. Hydroblading loop into a triple loop.
So like Ilya Klimkin earlier, Timothy Gable now has to kind of hang around and watch and see what everybody else does. He did land 2 quads. One might not have been as clean as the other, but clearly had problems with the triple axel.
Well, he'll also feel good, though, about how much this performance has improved over what he put out at U.S. Nationals. At the U.S. Nationals, he tried 4 quads, missed them all, missed a chance at the national title. So he's working his way back, and Elvis, as you said, it's about the strategy and working back slowly through the week. I think this will set him off just where he wants to be.
He wants to build his confidence this week after Nationals. That can really hamper a skater's confidence.
He did not compete on the Grand Prix circuit this series. He injured his hip.
Quad sow here. This was the best jump in the whole program. Beautiful height, nice landing, right into the triple toe, right there. Has a nice timing with the left foot going up.
You held on to the second triple axel. You didn't touch. You know.
That's his coach. In the background, you hear Frank Carroll.
When you bent down to do it, you waited too long.
Nice air position. Beautiful air position. It gives him a chance to spin a little bit faster than some of the other skaters. Has a similar position to the Chinese skater Min Zhang. Allows him to spin very, very quickly. You'll see here the right side as it comes around, a little bit too much power. It's going to pull him out. There goes the hip, pulls back. Now again, he does the same thing. His right side gets too much power, and he can't hold it. Now here's the quad toe. This is the one I had a question about, just because of the hesitation on the landing. Nice timing, nice timing. Let's see here. Oh, just a hair. I think it was about a quarter turn. You can see the skid on the landing, but he pulled it off nicely.
So one of the earlier skaters in this group, I'll tell you what, Gable not skating completely clean will create an opportunity for Emmanuel Sandhu in this group.
I think that's key for Emmanuel at this point. There is a little bit of room. Both groups almost even.
So now let's take a look at the range. 5.7 to 5.8. So the touchdowns and the stumble outs did not hurt Timothy Gable that much.
Doing the other triples, beautiful loop, flip, lutz, kept the program consistent, nice spins, everything even. I think that's where the marks are staying strong for him.
Presentation a little lower. Tim Gable of the United States. Well, here he is. Evgeny Plushenko, the man to beat at this World Championship, with no Alexei Yagudin, his rival. Yagudin away because of injury. Plushenko, top-ranked skater here, but he is not in the best of health.
He has been hampered by a swollen left knee. He has not received medical treatment as of yet, but has limited his jumping in practice. He will skate 2 different long programs in this competition. Today's long to the music of Carmen. He has been undefeated this year in major competition. He has only landed 1 quad in each long program. Today, he plans to add a second. He will open here with a quad, triple, triple.
And he does it.
And he does it. Nice combination. Very, very difficult. Most difficult combination there is in the books.
He's only attempted a second quad once this year, was not successful. Quad toe. And he's changed it. Triple axel, triple toe. Obviously felt he didn't need it.
There's a little smile there, knowing he's over his feet. Getting the first 2 jumps out of the way. Triple sock, a little swingy on the landing. Triple sock, not one of his best jumps. Classic Russian setup. Everything right in front of the judges. triple flip, triple axel, into the triple flip.
And this is where Plushenko shines, Elvis. He is a showman like Yagudin.
They strategically place everything right in front of the judges so they can see everything.
And you'll notice he'll take moments out of the program where he'll rest on 2 feet to gather his strength. Very clever layout to his program to make the most of his jumps.
A little leaning on the triple Lutz. Completed nicely, though. His fast spinning really gets him out of trouble sometimes. Double axel. Like you said earlier, Tracy, the strategy of the program where he has breaks in the middle where the Chinese skaters don't, where they end up getting a little bit tired. This is where Plushenko can get all the other things placed in here. Takes a breather here and there, sets himself up for the rest of the program. Here, 2-foot skating, taking a breath, you can see.
He's also making up a lot of his program as he goes along. He's totally changed his program after the first combination of jumps, and now right back into it. Look at this footwork.
Now, taking in this program, the very last part of the program, no jumps, lots of 2-foot skating, a lot of taking in oxygen. Then we'll have to see if the judges will dock him for it, because the program doesn't seem to be very balanced. Everything is at the beginning of the program.
Since about the 2.5-minute mark, Elvis, he has not done a jump.
Well, he's notorious for that, and a few years ago, he lost world championships because he started improvising and making things up or throwing jumps in. But maybe with a couple of years of experience, he still is able to do it. Making the jumps is key, though. Evgeny Plushenko, when he puts it all together, that is not the best we've ever seen from Plushenko, but you know the best is likely yet to come. Plushenko, the showman. And up next, the Canadians, Emmanuel Sandu and Jeff Buttle. You're watching the Worlds on TSN.
The marks, please, for Yevgeny Plushenko.
Along with coach Alexei Mishin, that is Evgeny Plushenko. Hard to say if that injury hampered him at all in the final couple of minutes. Certainly not in the early going of the performance.
Well, he did all of his triples early on. He did his 8 triples in the first half of his program, along with a quad. I'm sure his coach, Mishin, has never seen that performance before either, but nonetheless, he did what he had to do. He just got it out of the way early. Look at that!
0.0 for presentation. Plushenko. Those marks will be very difficult to top. Leader right now in his qualifier.
Russia is currently in first place.
Moments before his first free skate of the week. And a big one coming up for Emmanuel Sandu. Evgeny Plushenko is the leader right now. Tim Gable is second in this qualifier. And Elvis Stoico, this is a terrific opportunity right now for Emmanuel Sandu, if he can lay it down, to put himself in excellent position heading to the short program.
He could get a really good spot here in the top 3, hopefully, and that'll be a great place for him in the short program and a good confidence builder.
jumps in this program. He will open here with his quad combination.
Once again there, a little slow on the takeoff, upper body coming around, not able to get his free leg out.
Now can he bounce back from that?
The triple axel.
Critical jump right here.
Triple axel, triple toe.
Good for him. Good bounce back, staying on top of it, not letting go of the program, keeping his nerves under control. Nice triple loop. Little swingy on the landing, but holds it together.
Artistically, in this pool, in this group, maybe at this championship, he may be second to none. He is someone, Tracy Wilson, who can definitely feel the music.
He has that beautiful line, too, that accentuates every nuance in the music. But a key moment coming up here, Elvis. He was planning to do a quad Salchow. He's never landed it in competition. Should he try it?
Well, here he goes, triple Sal. Well, here doing the runoffs, I don't know if it's such a key thing, just going for one quad, doing two axles. I think it's good for him here. Can keep him in the top three. And we'll have to see the rest of the program if he can hold it together, because we've seen that happen to Emmanuel where the program starts to fall apart.
And now a triple axle.
Oh, almost does it right out of the single axle. Very difficult. Comparing programs between Emmanuel and Plashenko, Emmanuel's program has a lot more skating in between.
Triple flip, double toe. He's thinking and looking like he wants to add more triple jumps. There he goes.
And that's exactly what he needs to stay in the top three here to give him a good position in the short.
Rarely rests on 2 feet, as you mentioned, making the most of his footwork. Skating between the jumps.
A good fight for Emmanuel. A good fight, keeping it together, not losing it after missing the quad. I think it was a good choice not to do the quad Sal.
No quad, but 7 triple jumps for Emmanuel. And as you say, Elvis, he did, in fact, hold it together.
Not a great skate, but pretty darn good.
Pretty darn good. I mean, 7 triples. It's impressive. I know by taking the quad out, the second quad, the quad Sal, I think would give him a chance to settle into the program a little bit more. I think if he missed the quad, if he tried it and missed it, it would have caused some trouble later on in the program. Here's the quad toe. Didn't get over his foot, not enough power. Sometimes Emmanuel tends to take a step back when he goes to compete. He doesn't attack. Seems to be a little bit timid. But he comes back after the quad, which was great, comes into this axle here.
And this is often the jump that gives him the most trouble.
Yeah. And it was beautifully done. Triple axle, triple toe, which is a key jump that he needs to stay in the top here.
Canada's champion right now, Emmanuel Sandhu, and says that everybody had been talking about the torch that would be passed. There was the attempted triple and popped that and then quickly tried to throw it back in. That was
almost
some thinking there on his feet.
Yeah, I've seen him do that in practice where he'll pop one, which causes, he goes back on his heel and he can't get over the toe. He can't pull in, so he turns around and does it right away. One thing it does is it slows the speed down so he can get over his foot a little bit more and he can rotate the jump.
His level of talent is extraordinary, though.
It's amazing. The talent, he has everything there. His spins are top rate. The movement's there. The jumps are there. It's all about consistency. And for the next Olympics, he's got to skate consistent so they can take him seriously.
Looking ahead to those Winter Olympic Games down the road, the beginning of the cycle, of course, Emmanuel Sandhu along with coach Joanne McLeod. He's looking up at the scoreboard here, which had a shot there of Emmanuel.
Marks for technical merit.
Key here is if Emmanuel can stay into the top 3, he will set himself up for the final flight for the short program, and that is where, if you're going to be a contender, where you have to be going into the short program.
4.5 a low mark, high mark 5.5. It looks like he will be third right now. Keep in mind, Jeff Buttle is still ahead. Don't forget the short program on TSN later tonight. Now, presentation marks should be a lot higher, and they are, from 5.0 to 5.7. Sandhu is currently third in his group, so technically in a tie for 5th. A year ago, Jeff Buttle went to his first World Championship in Nagano, a place where he is loved.
Jeffrey Buttle.
And now his second World Championships. He had a Ryan Yongki moment last year. He finished 8th at his first Worlds. And now he's back. Comes in with a lot of confidence after landing his first quad in competition.
It was a quad toe, triple toe. He did that at the 4 continents. He has risked results this season, has not wavered on the fact that he wants a quad in his repertoire. Skating to Cello Concerto in E by Elgar, performed by Yo-Yo Ma.
Triple. Oh, a little shaky on the landing of the triple Lutz. I'm not sure if that quad attempt at the beginning was a popped quad into a triple or if that was meant to be. Sometimes you can't tell.
Talking with his coach, Lee Barkel, he has said that Jeffrey all year has said he is going to do the quad even when Lee has given him the option to take it out. Now his triple axel. He needed that jump. Triple axel, triple toe. That's a huge combination.
That was a make it or break it combo for him in this program. He can build on that for the rest of the program, continue from there. The rest of the triples in the program are very key. He keeps them together. He'll be in a good place for the short program. Lots of skating in between, attention to detail. Here he goes again into the triple sal. Very good. He knows he needs those triples. He can't miss them. He can't keep popping them. He can throw it back in, keep pushing the program. It's a great sense of finish.
One more triple axel planned here.
Oh. There again, through the whole season, it's the power issue on the jumps. If he tends to hold back, the foot that's pushing off the ice, his left foot, doesn't gain the power to drive him up all the way to the top of the jump. He doesn't get the height, can't finish the rotation, has to fall out.
One of only 2 skaters in this competition who can spin in both directions. Many hidden difficulties within this program, other than the jumps.
Double loop, those are the mistakes he can't be making if he wants to stay in the top here. And the question is, are they going to reward him for the in-betweens in this program? The attention to detail. A lot of times we see if they're not doing the jumps involved and they're a newcomer into this, will the marks be there? Good for him. T-jump there, triple flip, staying strong till the end.
Best spinners in the competition. Perfect balance over the blade. A nice variety of positions within the spin.
If he is to maintain his position in the world, though, he is going to need an outstanding short program. All is not lost after this program. Should still be in a pretty good standing. But the short program is going to be everything for Jeff Buttle to stay in the top 10. That coming later tonight. His marks in a moment from Washington, D.C.